Hey guys, back here with another video, and today I'm finally going to give my review on Season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and just so you know, just like in the other reviews I've done, the first half of the video will be spoiler free, and I will give you a spoiler warning when we get into spoilers. So, let's go ahead and start the review, and I hope you guys all enjoy. So, just right off the bat, is this season good? Is it rewatchable? Yes, the season is just so good. I think it might be my number one favorite season for this series. I don't know, but I think it may actually be considered the best season in the show. I don't know if I'm right or not, but if you guys know the answer to that, let me know in the comments. But this season is just so good. Like, I don't know how they do it, but in like every season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they always find a way to improve the show for each season so then it doesn't become dull and boring all the time. That's something I really appreciate. And also, I'm just gonna mention this here. This season is also rewatchable, just like what I mentioned in my review of the first season. The first season was rewatchable. In fact, all four seasons are rewatchable for me. I never in my life have I ever found a show that's so rewatchable. I think the last show I found rewatchable was Star Wars The Clone Wars. I need to review that sometime. But yeah, that's a great positive I have with the show is that just all four seasons are rewatchable, and hopefully season 5, and at the time of this recording, season 5 is 1 month away, and I hope that is rewatchable like the first 4 seasons. In fact, I actually rewatched season 2 like about 2 days ago, and I just finished watching the last 12 episodes of that season yesterday, and it's really good. I decided to rewatch it so then I can get memory back so that I don't forget to mention things in this review. But uh let's see. The story is so good, and as you may have known by now, and I'm pretty sure this is not a spoiler, but in this season we have the Inhumans. And I'm not going to say, for those who haven't seen it, if it will have the royal family, or if you don't know, are the main Inhumans are in the show. I'm not going to say if they are in it or not, but you'll have to figure out for yourself. But in the Inhumans play a really important part of the story for this season, and then they use it so well. Like, I don't know if I should say they were like first or secondary characters for this season, but they do a really good job with playing them as part of the story. And we also get some new character development with some of the characters. And I will also spoil some stuff from season 1. So if you haven't seen that season already, which I'm pretty sure you have, then click it off. But we get some new character development with Agent Ward. And as you guys may have known, that whole twist with Agent Ward being Hydra the entire time is what made this character so great. Because honestly, when I was watching season 1, like about a month ago, because I actually finished watching the fourth season about 4 Saturdays ago. And when I was watching the first season, I felt like Agent Ward was going to be that type of guy that is like awesome and knows what he's doing and just never talks about himself. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that's what I felt like Agent Ward was becoming, because that's something that are in a lot of like TV shows and movies and that stuff. But the thing that made that character so great was that twist where he was Hydra the entire time, and that's a big positive I had that made that season so good, because we get some new character development about Agent Ward. We get to learn a little bit more about him. I'm not gonna talk about that just yet, but it's really good. And most importantly, we get some character development with Sky. And if you have seen from the season 1 finale, you may have known that at the end of the finale, it is revealed that Sky's father is looking for Sky, and Sky plays a very important role in the season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they play that so well. Like, this show, they always throw so many unexpected surprises at you, and we will talk about that in spoilers. But yeah, she plays a really great and important role for the story, and some people, wait, no, I shouldn't say, but yeah, she did a really good job. I thought the character had some really good character development. And let's talk about some of the other characters. Like, we get some character development with Agent May, because I know some people didn't really care about her that much. To me, I thought she was really good in season 1, but she just didn't get that enough character development for us to care about her. But in season 2, it just gets better. Like, she has good character development in this season. And same with Fitz and Simmons, and also Agent Coulson. They also get some great character development as well. Also, the villains in this season, so good. But that's pretty much all the positives I have. And as for like flaws and the negatives, well, I barely have any negatives with this season. I might actually only have one flaw with this season, but it's actually a spoiler, so I'm not going to say what it is just yet, because I don't know if people have the same flaws as me, but I think that's pretty much it for the spoiler-free half the video. So before I go ahead and talk about spoilers, I'm going to go ahead and give my score for this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So my final verdict for Season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is surprisingly a solid 10 out of 10. And I gave the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a 10 out of 10 as well, because there were so many things that made that first season so good, like the twists and turns, all that stuff. And this season just knocks it out of the park. And now let's go ahead and get into spoilers. So you might want to click off the video right now if you haven't watched this season yet, which I highly recommend. And let's go ahead and talk about spoilers. So number 1, the villain of the first half of the season dies, which is Daniel Whitehall. And I actually, surprisingly, found him as a really great villain for the show, because the villain from the first season was surprisingly just really, really good. I really love the villain from the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I was really getting into the villain for the second season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he was surprisingly really good in my opinion. But sadly, and here's where my flaw comes in, they kill him off in like the 10th episode of the season. And I just kind of find that a bit odd, because I felt like that was a bit too early for him to be killed off. Oh, man. Honestly, I think he could have been killed off in, like, I don't know, the 12th or 14th episode, but it grew on me. It's no big deal or anything. I just kind of find it odd how they would kill him off so early, like the 10th episode. So now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the other characters, like Agent Ward. Man, so good character development, because we get to learn a lot more about his family, like that whole stuff with him and his brother. So good. And we also get to see later on in the series that he may still have a little good in him when he meets up with Agent 33. So good stuff. And let's talk about some of the other characters, like Trip. Man, he was a good character, but sadly, he also got killed off in the 10th episode of the season, which I find really sad how they keep killing off some of these cool characters in this season, in this show. I don't know why they kept doing that. But yeah, if they were planning on killing off Trip, I wish he could have stuck around for like a few episodes. But it was fine to me. It was fine. And now let's talk about Agent May. And man, she has so good character development in this show because we get to learn a lot more about her. In fact, there was even an episode that showed a flashback about her on her time when she had a husband, because she has a husband in the show, which his name is Andrew. And but yeah, uh great stuff with Agent May. I really enjoyed it. And again, I didn't mind her in season 1. I thought she was really good, but season 2 just was a blast for her character development. And now let's go ahead and talk about some of the side characters, like the new members of Phil Coulson's team of SHIELD agents, like for example, Bobby, Hunter, and 2 other guys that die in like the first episode. Now, I was a bit worried at first when we would get introduced to some new team members in the show, but after watching the first episodes that they appear in, I honestly really like them. They're really great characters. Really like Hunter. He brings that more comedic tone to him, and also Bobby is a great character as well. And also Mac, who is also a new character that gets introduced and becomes a new member of Phil Coulson's team, is also really good. And oh man, I just really like Mac. He's probably one of my favorite characters like in the show, and I really love Mac and Fitz's friendship after Fitz has his brain damage from the season 1 finale, and Mac is just there to help him out. But yeah, I really like their friendship, and I really like Fitz and Simmons' relationship. And what I mean by relationship, I don't mean that in like a love way, but I really like their relationship in this show, like the moments they have together. But yeah, just really good stuff. And we also get some character development with Agent Phil Coulson. Like in the 7th episode, there's an episode where Phil Coulson has to use that machine to where he has to look into his wiped memories in order to find a way to find what the meaning of that map is, which surprisingly happens to be a map of a city for Inhumans and all that stuff. Really good stuff. The character development is just it's strong in this season. I really appreciate it. And now let's go ahead and talk about one other villain for this show. And before we talk about this villain, let's talk about this one other character. In fact, 2 other characters, which are Skye, which her real name happens to be Daisy Johnson, and also Skye's dad. Man, this season's really good. Like, I really love the character development because this season is focused around Skye. Because the first season was focused on Phil Coulson, and this season is like focused on Skye. I really love how in like each season of Agents of Shield, it like focuses on a different character, and that's just something I love so much. It's like in Teen Titans, for example, where each season focuses on a different member of the Teen Titans, and that's something I really like about Agents of Shield, and it makes it so good because we later on in the show Skye gets powers. For some reason, people thought she was gonna be Miss Marvel, which would have been really cool, even though I don't know that much about Miss Marvel. But yeah, she was really good. I love her Inhuman powers where she could just shake everything. That's just so cool. And other characters like Gordon, who is a blind guy but can teleport. Man, I love that character so much. He's so awesome. And then Lincoln, who can like shoot electricity. So awesome. And also Rita makes a return in this season, but she also gets inhuman powers as well. And she can see the future, which is just so cool. And let's go ahead and get back on track and talk about Sky's father. Man, I don't know why, but I just really love the actor. Like, the actor feels so perfect to play Sky's father, because Sky's father is just so good in this season. Like, I don't know how the actor does it, but it makes it feel like I really care about this character. Like, that's the thing I love in this season, is that they make us really care about these characters just in the show in general. And that's something I really appreciate from all seasons, but mainly this one, where they make us really care about Sky, Agent May, Agent Ward, all those other characters. That's just really strong positive I have with this show and just this season overall. And now let's go ahead and talk about the villain for, I guess, the second half of the season, which is, surprise, surprise, Sky's mother. Honestly, like, I just had the feeling that she was gonna be bad. Like, I don't know if you guys thought that as well, with that twist that she was a baddie when she gives that dude a Terrigen crystal. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but yeah, I just had the feeling that was coming. Let's talk about a few other things before I go ahead and end the video. Patton Oswalt. I forgot. He plays two twins in this season, and he also appeared in the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He plays two twins named Sam and Billy. Man, he's just so cool. And by the way, he plays Uncle Ben in the new Spider-Man cartoon. It just dawned on me now. We had to talk about this one reference that they make in this show, and it's S.H.I.E.L.D. 616. Now, if you don't know what the reference is, it's the numbers 616, which is obviously a reference to Earth 616. And if you don't know, Earth 616 is actually the Marvel Comics universe, which is actually their main universe with the comics, which is a really cool reference. And in fact, when I went and rewatched this season, when I watched this season for the first time, I thought it was only referenced once, but then this season, when I rewatched it, it was actually referenced twice in like the 10th and 19th episode. Oh, that was a really great reference. I loved so much. Really great stuff here. And I think I about summed up all of my points. I apologize if I was talking a bit too fast there, because I was just really excited to talk about this show with you guys and just my thoughts on this season overall. But that's pretty much it for my thoughts on Season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hope you enjoyed, but that's it for the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.